This is Tuniverse, a shop selling an alien-based computer game. They have a reduced release day price of £10 plus VAT at 20%. So we have a value and we need to increase it by a percentage. From the other video about percentages, we learnt we can use multipliers to do this. To convert our 20% to a decimal, we divide it by 100, giving 0.2. And the question said that we are increasing the price by 20%. So 1 plus 0.2, because we are increasing our final figure of £10, effectively finding 120% of it. £10 multiplied by 1.2 is £12, and that is our price plus 20%. Increase 7.5 by 37.7%. Instantly, we should notice increase. So we know, just like before, we're going to add whatever our percentage is as a decimal to 1, so we can find our final multiplier. So 37.7 divided by 100, 0.377, and 1 plus 0.377 is 1.377, and we multiply our original value of 7.5 by this, and we have our answer 10.3 reoccurring. We need to be able to solve decrease by percentage problems as well. So some of the merchandise for this game costs £40 but has 10% off in a release date promotion. Let's find its new price. 10% as a decimal is 0.1. When we were increasing our price, to find our multiplier, we added our percentage as a decimal to 1, and now we subtract it. 1 minus 0.1 gives us 0.9, and we use our multiplier to find our adjusted value. 40 multiplied by 0.9 equals 36, so £36. Our next business is Lucky Co-Investments, an investment and loans company, and we're going to use them to learn about percentages and interest. There's different types of interest, and the two in particular that we are going to look at are simple interest and compound interest. The first is simple interest. Simple interest sees a value modified by a set percentage. Let's look at an investment example. Because of the practice we've just done, we can solve these sorts of questions now quite easily. Essentially, the question is just asking us what's £5,000 plus 12%. Let's find our multiplier. 12 divided by 100, 0.12, and then we add 1 to that. You probably at this stage though could have just said it was going to be 1.12, but just in case, that's how you do it. And then using our multiplier, 5,000 multiplied by 1.12 is 5,600. So Bernardo will have to pay back £5,600. The second type of interest that we're going to learn about is compound interest. With this type of interest, you have your initial amount, 100, at a set interest, 4% per annum, meaning per year, and for a set time period, and here that's 5 years. What this means is that every year our investment goes up by 4%, but that new amount gets reinvested with that new 4% included, and this continues year after year. So it compounds. So to calculate our final value as a result of compounding interest, we do this. So initial investment, £100, multiplied by our multiplier, an increase of 4%, so 1 plus 0.04, to the power of 5, our time period, giving us £121.67. Aaliyah invests £250 at Lucky Co for 5 years with compounding interest of 10% per annum. How much does she have after 1, 3 and 5 years? So using our formula, her initial investment, £250, times our multiplier for an increase of 10%, 1.1, to the power of 1 for 1 year, 3 for 3 years and 5 for the full 5 years, giving us our answers of £275 for year 1, £332.75 and £402.63 for our final total after 5 years. You might instead be given problems where you have the final value from an investment and are told to find out what was originally invested. So to do this, we rearrange our formula to solve for our initial value instead of our final value. So we divide both sides of our equation by multiplier to the power of time, removing it from the left side and swapping it to the right, leaving our initial value alone. Now we simply input our known values and solve to find our initial investment. Our final business is Akibo Auto, a car dealership that specialises in luxury cars. The problem with buying expensive or brand new cars in general, other than them being expensive in the first place, so probably unaffordable, is that their value can reduce so quickly. In this problem, the value of Jack's car depreciated by 12% every year from 2019 to 2022, so 3 years, meaning we need to find its value after 3 years. But let's look at what is happening. The value reduced once by 12%, then again this new reduced value decreases by a further 12%, and so on. And it's the same pattern as compound interest, but it results in a reduction instead of an increase. But this means that we can use the same formula. 15,000 multiplied by 0.88, because 100% minus 12% is 88%, and 88% as a decimal is 0.8, to the power of 3. So after 3 years, the value of his car is £10,222.08. What year will the car's value drop below £7,500? To find when a target value is met, we can just use trial and error. After 4 years, the value is still too high. The same after 5 years, but we are close. And after 6 years, we see the value of Jack's car is below £7,500, and this is our answer, 6 years. Let's look at one final example to practice what we've learned. Again, we can use our formula. Use whichever method you're most comfortable with to find your multiplier. In this example, I'm going to divide 5 by 100 to convert it to a decimal, and then subtract that from 1, giving 0.95. Plugging our values into our formula, and then solving to find the value of the car after 1, 3, and 5 years.